Hello. Okay, guys, I'm Ernie Gua Shanghai. So you can call me Ernie, easier to remember. Thank you so much for attending our seminar. So today I'm going to run through for you the first section of the talk, which is what the trends that lie ahead. So I'm going to talk about 7 trends. Okay, the first one will be AI applications are getting more sophisticated. Okay, so I'll list through the various categories of application, and you can so that in your mind you can visualize how's the development becoming. Secondly, it's getting embedded into enterprise workflow. So you don't have AI system and non-AI system anymore. It's all becoming gray, right? AI is just a tool or component of enterprise application. Number 3, I'll talk about generative BI. Okay, let's see what's that. And a multimodal AI, meaning is multimedia. Okay, if the Wi-Fi is good, I'll try to do a short demo. And then integrating AI with robotics. There is some videos on this one. And then economic and workforce transformation. So this is about how it's going to affect the industry, right? So ladies and gentlemen, change is coming. And then we'll talk about ethics and regulation. So let's proceed. Okay, so AI application, you can roughly visualize in your mind 3 buckets. So the first bucket is chatbot architecture. So this is just a chat. It's like you're talking to ChatGPT. Second one will be assistant, okay? And then the third one is AI agent. So the focus, we spent quite a lot of time on AI agents today, okay? Okay, so chatbot architecture basically characterized by a single LLM call. So LLM refers to large language model, which is AI, okay? Basically, that's the name of it. Okay, so characterized by one call, you can call a locally hosted a model. Like us, we have 2 AI server in the office. We host our own LLM, okay? You can call one that's cloud hosted, for example, AWS, or you call public like ChatGPT. But it's the same, it's one call. Behind the LLM, you may have implemented RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. So this is basically just allow you to upload your corporate information or personal information up, and then you can do inference. Okay, when an AI system is executing, it's called inference. Okay, so you can do inference on your own data instead of public data. All right. So this is a Cat1 AI chatbot architecture. Okay, Cat2 is more sophisticated already. Okay, so let's talk about Cat1. It's very simple. I'll give you a real example. One of the customers, State Court, last year they are quite advanced in AI, State Court. They wanted to launch a AI legal advisor chatbot. They wanted to launch it, okay? So they developed an American firm for 6 months. So this is how it would have looked like. So you go legal advisor, right? So today, if you go to the legal advisor, you ask, what is the appeal period for robbery conviction? The response go, AI come back, okay, notice of appeal must be filed within 14 days. Something like that, crazy lah. But of course, you can ask more complicated question. So it's like a simulated lawyer, like a first tier lawyer. Okay, so that's how a chatbot architecture will work. Now let's look at Cat2, assistant. So AI assistant architecture now allows you to do division of labor. Division of labor is characterized by multiple calls, more than 1, 2, 3, 4, or compound calls to AI system, okay, and even some calls to tools, right? So you submit a prompt. Behind the scene, a lot of things happening. You may not be aware, but a lot of things are happening. And then when you come back, you get an answer. You find that it's a more quality response, because for AI, if you break up the task into multiple steps and then you submit one by one, you will get a more reliable result compared to if you try to submit a very long prompt. I've seen people like the prompt is a few pages. It works, but it's not reliable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it gives you all sorts of patterns. Whereas if you break up the prompt into multiple steps, it's like working with human beings, right? Then you get a more reliable answer. Then at the end, one of the tasks will combine all the results together and give it to you. And you may even do a QA to confirm, verify the facts, all right? So let's see how, come back to our story, our State Courts. So they developed this AI legal advisor, but they didn't roll it out. It's in the papers, didn't roll it out. Why? Because they said one of the questions that was asked, the legal advisor give a wrong answer. It's regarding appeal period, all right? So I'm simulating, I don't really know what happened, but I simulated, it could be something like that, right? So they asked the period, say maybe what's the appeal period for robbery? Then I give it, maybe 21 days. So that's the wrong answer. So they didn't want to roll it out. Later, when I attended the article conference, I just spoke at the conference, I realized something deeper. The chatbot didn't get it wrong. Okay, the chatbot actually can get it right, but as you can see from the screen, the human tricked the chatbot. It says, start off in the prompt, it says, the appeal period for robbery conviction is 21 days. This is already wrong, all right? Then it asks, give me a plan for the preparation of the activities. So the chatbot took the bait, all right? It says, okay, here's an activities plan for 21 days appeal period. So it's wrong already. If you take a screenshot, right, it appears that the chatbot is giving a wrong answer. So because of this iffiness, they didn't roll it out, right? So that is one problem with Cat 1. So how will Cat 2 solve the problem? Let's say one way of solving the problem will be break the task down into two calls. So the first call, fact checker, LLM. Okay, I'll say, okay, look at the prompt, confirm whether all the facts are correct, something like that. So, but with this simple step, you will come back, you notice, hey, it's wrong already. All right, so you tell the human, actually, the conviction period appeal period is 14 days and not 21 days. Then if you do a fact checker and the result come back, okay, the facts are correct, then you respond, okay, give me a plan of activities for 14 days. So this is a simple example of how a multi-step AI system is superior to a single prompt system, okay? Okay, now let's go to the last one, okay, which is AI agent, but I want to refer to here first. So for AI assistant, you notice that one of the characteristics is the flow is fixed. Okay, in your code, this one will call, the UI will call this code, fact checker, then call this, after that consolidate, QA, and then respond, right? So for AI agent, the key difference, you may hear a lot of definition of agent out there, but the key differentiating factor is for agent, the execution path is not fixed. Okay, you have code executing, and even every time you prompt, right, you may get a different flow. So you will have usually an orchestrator, like a group chat manager, they have different agents. Each one will have equipped with tools. A lot of them will call LLM, they may call different models because different models are good for different things. Some are good for coding, some are good for analysis, and then characterized by more sophisticated tools. Some of the tools are like calculator and a very powerful tool. Some of them are equipped with programming skills, which you can generate code and execute code, all right? Generate and execute. So this whole thing working together to solve a problem, this is agent architecture. I will not talk too much of this because my colleagues Ming Hee and Jin Hui will delve into this a lot more, but I'll just talk about one agent that you may get to use soon, called Manners. Right? So I already submitted, it's not general availability, you have to go to the queue, I'm in the queue, they haven't get back to me yet. But this agent is supposed to be able to do what I just said just now. It submit a task, it breaks down into different agents, you have a web, data, code, and then they do all the things that you need to do, combine, and then give you the result, all right? So this one is coming soon. So this is one of the trends, right? Personal agent. Okay, let's get to trend 2. So trend 2 is AI is getting embedded into enterprise application. So all the systems that we build for our government, our customer, AI components are coming in, all right? But in order to interface the enterprise application, you need to solve one problem. Because enterprise application is very precise, okay? You need to have like one full stop in the wrong place in the data, it doesn't work anymore. Because AI is very iffy. You ask a question, sometimes you come back this format, sometimes you are fun. So how to resolve this? So there's a few ways of resolving this. So this is a real example used by one of my customers. So this is a real-time system. The guy wants to check, it's a very important real-time system. You want to check whether something is going wrong or not in real time, all right? So it applies the AI to the log, So the logs are being generated by the system, right? So the prompt is like that. Every time you get the log fills up maybe 100-200 lines, you take it, throw into AI. So the prompt is this: check the server logs provided, respond with a yes if there are errors and detected, and no if there are no errors detected. How do you know whether there are errors detected? The AI will figure it out, right? In the past, you need to write a program, you need to parse it, right? Detect all the scenario, do a substring, index. Now don't need. You ask the AI going to figure out. And in fact, there are new errors that you haven't figured out. You are not in the know. The AI also will know because it has trained on all the data. Okay, so you come out with a yes or no. Then he added, if there are no errors, but if any in the timing between two consecutive lines is more than 30 seconds, respond with slow. So if you submit the logs and submit this, the answer come out will only be 3. Yes, no, and slow. Okay, you want to be more sure, you put another prompt here. Answer me with only yes, no, and slow, not any without any additional text. Okay, so this is one way to interface with the AI system. Once you get a response, then the system can decide if there's an error, kick off the error workflow. All right, if it's slow, kick off the slow workflow. Okay, another example. So this is called, you can categorize this as AI returns enumerated response. In programming, enumerated means one of the multiple choice, only one of the multiple choice. Don't give me any other things. So the second one is AI returns a structured object data. Now, so when enterprise system, when you come back, it expects something specific. You cannot have fuzzy, right? So how to force the AI to give you something specific? Okay, it's very smart, but it tends to give you sometimes give you half a page of chat. So how we do this is using examples. All right. So in this example, we have extract. I give you a chunk of text, extract all the names, destination, email, address in this chunk of text, and provide it in the following JSON format. Then you give an example. This is called one-shot prompting. If you give two examples, it's even more reliable. Then it's called two-shot prompting. So you do this, what you return will be something like that, very, very precise, okay, very precise. And then your enterprise application can make use of this information and process, okay? Now, so the third way will be classical. You return a natural language. So you can analyze this report, identify all the ESG components, indicate whether to comply. So it will give you a report, all right? You get a report, but this report, it can only be consumed by two entities. One is a human being, okay? You send it to a human being to read. Secondly, it can only be consumed by another AI system. All right. Otherwise, the system will not be able to handle this type of unstructured data. Okay. So that's trend number 2. So trend number 3, generative BI, business intelligence, generative business intelligence. So enterprise application collect a lot of data, and business decision making, a lot of it is based on data. In the enterprise, a lot of people spend a lot of time analyzing data to make decisions, okay, to decide what to buy, what to promote, okay, etc. So BI used to be a very specialized discipline. I say used to be, there are like specialized data analysts, data scientists, R programming language. You have like Quick View, Tableau, all the very specialized. So what's happening now is AI is moving into this domain. So it's called generative BI. Okay, so you can now upload structured data with your CSV, you point to your database, Excel, and unstructured data, means your PowerPoint, Word text, into the AI, and after that you can visualize and analyze like a BI expert. Okay, so imagine you're chatting with AI, then they start producing all this graph for you based on your data, based on your query, on the spot, new one. Okay, so some example of this. Say one way, so this first example is generate summary, okay? Generate sales summary. So yes, generate this summary. Let's see what I want to do next, okay? See, it's asking a question in natural language. It's talking about in natural language, okay? So generate, so this is I think asking for sales and total profit, okay? The graph, the sales, the total profit. And then you can proceed to drill in, okay? Drill into the BI. Okay, next example, this is building a visual, okay? So building a visual, so you're talking in natural language to build a visual. Then select the type of graph. Okay, so this is a graph to select, and after that you say, okay, go into forecast mode. So we try to forecast for you based on this trend, right? What is going to be the new, the sales, etc. going forward. And then you say, okay, now give me product by city. So you give it another chart. Okay, add to analysis. Then go another one. Let's say regional sales by segment. Then give it another chart. Okay, then after that you can say you add this chart. So you're basically chatting with the AI, which is processing your data. So next trend, let's say now we have a visual already. Let's say low level. Change the date granularity to month, add color. It's like talking to people, region, chart to vertical, stack, bar, okay, build. Then you get this one, right? So basically, you're using natural language to get what you want. And this is a higher level one. So this is analysis, build a story. Story means a problem to a solution to a problem. Okay, how to get the conversion of the sales. So actually, it just generates it's supposed to story, but actually it's a management report. All right, introduction, what's the problem? This is the trend. Insights into why users do not convert. Then give you the data to support. Recommendation, do bundling. Okay, give you the data to support. Then follow up emails for these people here. Okay, So typically, quite a senior person in a company can spend quite a lot of time doing this. No? But now you are able to just query from the BI and get all this information. If you don't know what question to ask, if you notice, it actually tell you what question you should be asking. If you're looking at this data, what are the next question you should be asking? Okay, so this is generative BI. That's the third trend. Okay, fourth trend is multimodal AI. So AI now, besides chatting, you can see, you can hear, and you can talk. I will try to do a demo if the Wi-Fi is good. You may have seen the ChatGPT demo before, right? So I'll just try to see whether it works. For those who have not seen it before, okay. So see whether it works. Hello? Hello? Okay, so what happened is ChatGPT is looking at all the things that I'm seeing. Okay. Hello, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. What's up?
What do you see on my hand? What am I wearing? Can you see what I'm wearing on my hand? Okay, yeah, doesn't work. Try again. Hello? Hello? One more time. It doesn't work, then we continue. But it works during the test. Hello?
Hey, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, can you see what am I wearing in my hand?
Yeah, I see a smartwatch on your wrist. Good.
Do you know, can you tell me what's the model of this smartwatch?
It's a bit hard to tell from just the look. Do you have any specific features in mind?
You can see the orange ring or the orange circle on my watch.
Yeah, I see that. That orange ring might be a design feature. Could it be an Apple Watch Ultra?
Yeah, okay, correct. It's Apple Watch Ultra. Okay, what do you see on the room? What do you see here?
I see a room with several chairs and people seated. Looks like a conference or a seminar setup.
Can you count how many people are inside this conference?
I can't count precisely, but it looks like there are a few rows with people. Maybe around 20 or more.
Okay, do you know there's more men or women in this conference?
It's hard to say for sure, but it looks like a mix of both.
Okay, so this is what I mean by AI is now able to talk, listen, it heard me, is able to see, it can respond to questions I'm asking, right? Okay, next, let's move to, so AI can already see, hear, talk, understand human language. So the next step is robotics. Because it's still inside the phone, right? So now you go to robotics and it can move around. So let's do some. Okay, so the next thing to note is that the AI doesn't need to be residing on the robot itself. Okay, it can be like Wi-Fi, like what you just witness. Okay, come, let's proceed. You'll see two videos on robots. Oh, next. Okay. So when I first saw this demo, I thought it's CGI. Okay, this is
or at least that's what the robotics company behind it is saying. Unitry first announced its latest humanoid robot, the G1, back in May of 2024, and has recently released a video showing off some of its new capabilities in what they're calling an agile upgrade. Standing at 4 feet 3 inches tall and weighing about 77.2 pounds, the G1 comes in both shorter and lighter than the 5 foot 8 inches tall 170-pound Optimus, a similar-looking humanoid robot announced by Tesla. Its smaller size may indeed give it that extra edge in terms of agility. In the video released by Unity, the G1 seems to navigate tougher inclines and jog over rougher terrain than in the past. This, in part, is thanks to its 3D LiDAR and depth camera, helping it to map out its surroundings. According to Unity, the G1 can run for up to 2 hours on a single charge, and if you need it for longer, it now has a quick-release battery system that's meant to make swaps both faster and easier. If you're considering getting your hands on a G1 robot, it's actually available for purchase, but it comes with a hefty price tag, starting at $16,000. Still, that's significantly less than the estimated $20,000 to $30,000 Tesla Optimus. Ultimately, the G1 robot is designed for developers and researchers rather than the average consumer. The G1 offers an open-source framework developer-focused design, making it an attractive choice for university labs and research institutions.
Okay, so open source, $16,000. Okay, then if you think that hey, all these things are actually human can do, all right, but then I show you another one that, so this is some of the things that are more advanced. Okay, so I think the last week there was a half marathon. I think China, they sent 21 robots to participate in the half marathon, right? So I think the world order is changing, you ask me, okay, in terms of technology advancement. Right? Okay, next, ethics, trend number 6. Okay, trend number 6 concerns us. Okay, so based on what you project, what's going forward, what's going to happen. So this the prediction is to lead to enterprise automation, that's understood, and knowledge work automation as well. We're talking about knowledge work, okay? So you will come to the advent of, you'll see more and more digital employees and hybrid workforce, and it will impact knowledge workers, which are people like you and me. Also impact middle management, people like you and me also, all right? So this is not said by me. This is some of the things that they said. So McKinsey, AI could automate up to 70% of all the work that we are doing today. 70%. Goldman Sachs says that up to 200 million jobs could be displaced. Displaced means gone, about 10% by 2030. And Gartner says AI will replace half of middle management position in 20% of organization by 2026. Right? So this is the trend. Okay, next, the last one will be AI ethics and regulation. So it's getting more and more powerful. It will need to be regulated. Even China themselves agree. The robot they'll see just now, right? You can easily give the guy M16 and go and fight, Okay, but China has a regulation to say that the robot behind there must be a human operator. You cannot make it autonomous if you give it a weapon. Okay, so these are all the organization, European Union Act, AI Safety Institute. Singapore is a member of this, and also AI guideline for China. So if you are into science fiction, right, there's these 3 laws of robotics that you will be very familiar with, okay? It was first conceived in 1942, okay? And the scenario was 2053, I think, okay? It's on this science fiction writer, Isaac Asimov, says that in 2053, he wrote a story, there'll be robots around, and there are laws, okay? 3 laws they govern the robot. Number 1, you cannot injure a human being or allow a human being to come to harm. 2, you must obey the law, except that if a conflict, it must obey human being unless it conflict number 1. Number 3, it must protect its own existence as long as it doesn't conflict with 1 and 2. Very famous if you're into science fiction. So that was science fiction, but now we are there already because these are the things that are said by AI regulation. Okay, the laws coming out. Number 1, human oversight prevents full automation of key sensitive area like what? Weapons, healthcare, hiring, even hiring. Hiring means that you cannot let an AI scan candidate and then make the decision of who to hire, right? That's what it means. 2, users must be informed when they are interacting with an AI system. I cannot undermine human autonomy, means you cannot prevent you from doing the things you want to do. Cannot deceive or cause harm, okay, and prevents you from creating bias or discriminatory results. So these are some examples of the AI ethics and law that's coming up to govern AI, all right? So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. If you have any question, maybe you can put into your online, and then I'll answer them later. Yeah, thank you.